Live on a Thursday night at Utah Grizzlies Hockey, as it's the second of a three-game series over at Intrust Bank Arena as the Grizzlies take on the Wichita Thunder. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the second of a three-game set, and it's the second of 9 regular season meetings between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. Utah is looking for a little bit of revenge tonight, as Wichita yesterday really got a balanced attack, as 12 out of 18 Wichita skaters had one or more points. They had goals from 5 different players as they defeated the Grizzlies 5-2. Utah really dominated the first 6 minutes of the second period as they scored both of their goals in that stretch. Mick Messner scored a 5-on-3 power play goal about 3:30 into the second period, and then Derek Daschke scored from the left point 5:30 into the second to tie up the score at 2. But then Wichita scored 33 seconds later as Kobe Walker scored what turned out to be the game winner, 6:03 in. And then Jay Dickman scored later on in the second period. And in the third, TJ Lloyd scored his first professional goal. He's one of 6 defensemen for Wichita tonight. Wichita outshot Utah by a good margin, 39-28 in last night's game. But the Grizzlies did win the special teams battle, as Utah was 1 for 2 on the power play, and they were 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Despite the loss last night, the Grizzlies have had a lot of success against Wichita, as they are 12-3 against Wichita over the last 15 meetings. For the Grizzlies, it's the 5th game of a 7-game road trip. Utah is currently 1-2-1 on the current road trip, and for the season, Utah is a break-even club on the road, as they are 3-3 on the season. And a break-even club is really the matchup tonight, as Utah is 5-5-1 this season with a .500 winning percentage. Wichita is also a .500 club this year, as their record is 7-7-1. So something's got to give tonight over at Intrust Bank Arena. We are hanging out just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Utah has been one of the better offensive teams in the league, despite just scoring 2 goals in last night's game. The Grizzlies are averaging 35.36 shots per game, which ranks second in the 29-team league. And Utah is 8th in the league in goals per game at 3.45. So we'll see if the Grizzlies offense can get going. Utah needs to outshoot their opponents, and they've had success when doing so, as the Grizzlies have outshot opponents in 6 of 11 games this season. The Grizzlies have a record of 4-1-1 when outshooting opponents this season. Should be a ton of fun over at Intrust Bank Arena. Hey, if you're over near downtown Wichita, go down and watch some Grizzlies hockey. If not, we got the game on Flow Sports, as well as audio coverage on the Grizzlies YouTube channel. Face-off is in about 10 minutes from now over in Wichita, and when we come back, we'll give you the lineups for both teams. We're in business on a rare Thursday night, as the Utah Grizzlies rarely play on Thursdays, but they got one here tonight. It's the second of a 3-game set, as we're in business on a Thursday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face off in a few minutes over in Wichita in a rare Thursday game. The Grizzlies rarely play on Thursdays, maybe once or twice a year. But Intrust Bank Arena will have a concert on Saturday night, so they moved what originally was scheduled to be a Saturday game over to Thursday. And so Utah's got 3 games in 3 days, but they will be off Saturday before they take on the Tulsa Oilers to complete the 7-game road trip. That's a 2 o'clock start over at BOK Center. Let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who are led by fourth-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. The assistant is Christian Horn, who's in his second season as Grizzlies assistant. The athletic trainer is Colin Lee, and the equipment manager is Jackson Hibbard. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Vinny Duplessis. He's making his first start of the regular season and third professional outing. He played in 2 games at the end of last season against Idaho. It was the final 2 regular season games for the Grizzlies. Overall, in 2 games, he had a 0-1-1 record with a 3.07 goals against average and .905 save percentage. Last season at Quinnipiac University in 30 games, he had a record of 21-7-2 with a 2.02 goals against average and .914 save percentage. Duplessis is a native of Quebec City, Quebec. So Duplessis will get the start in net. Adam Scheel will be the backup. This will only be the second time this season that Scheel is not the starting goaltender. So Duplessis gets a start. He's wearing number 35. He is 6'1" and 175 pounds. The starting defensive pairing is Derek Dashke and Kabori Dunn. What can you say about Dashke? He leads the Grizzlies in assists with 10. He also leads the club with 13 points, and he leads Utah in shots on goal with 41. Dashke had 1 goal and 1 assist in last night's game, and he has 3 or more shots in 8 of 11 contests. And also watch out for Dashke when Utah's on the power play, as he leads Utah with 5 power play points this season. And for Kabori Dunn, he's got 9 shots on goal so far this season. 4 of those 9 came on October 26th in Rapid City. So the starting defensive pairing is Dashke and Dunn. We will also see a lot of Cade Jensen tonight. He'll be wearing number 23, the big 6'3", 218-pound defenseman. He'll be paired up with Chase Hartge tonight. And we will also see the defensive pairing of James Shearer and Gianni Fairbrother. Fairbrother's been outstanding this year. He's got 5 goals this season, which ties for the league lead for goals among defensemen. The defensive scratches tonight include Brian Yoon, who's going to be out a few weeks with an injury. I'm not sure what the injury is, but he got hurt in the first period last Saturday in Allen. And Kyle Powell is also a scratch for the Grizzlies, the big 6'6", 225-pound defenseman. The starting forwards include Craig Armstrong, who played pretty well last night. Armstrong had 6 shots on goal, which led the Grizzlies. He's got 10 shots in his last 3 games and is a +2 in 3 different games this season. So Armstrong's been pretty effective for the Grizzlies this year. He's got 3 assists in 11 games. Luke Manning's also in the starting lineup, and he is my pick to click. Everybody make your pick to click as to who's going to be the player of the game for the Grizzlies. I am going to go with Luke Manning, who has a point in 6 of his last 10 games, and he's got 3 or more shots in 5 different games this season. And Reed Lebster is also in the Grizzlies starting lineup. Lebster has 2 or more shots in 8 of his 10 games this season. So watch out for Lebster, in particular on the Grizzlies power play, where he has 2 power play goals this season. So starting forwards again are Armstrong, Manning, and Lebster. We will also see a lot of the forward lineup of Mick Messner, Cole Gallant, and Briley Wood. Messner has 18 shots on goal over his last 4 games. He scored a 5-on-3 power play goal early in the second period last night. Cole Gallant's got 8 assists in his last 5 games. He's got a current 5-game assist streak. Gallant also has an assist in 6 straight road games. So watch out for Cole Gallant. He's a great distributor, and Briley Wood will also be in the start. Will also be on that line. Wood has 1 goal and 7 assists in 11 games. So Messner, Gallant, and Wood are going to be the top forward line, although the starters are going to be Armstrong, Manning, and Lebster. We will see the forward line of Cade Nilsson, who's wearing number 27. He'll be lined up next to Cameron Buell. Buell has 2 or more shots in 7 of his 10 games this season, and Adam Berg is in there for the 4th time as a Grizzly in his second stint. He played in 9 games earlier this year with the EIHL's Nottingham Panthers. Aaron Aragon will be wearing number 15. He scored his first goal of the season last Saturday in Allen. He'll be lined up next to Tyson Upper and Dylan Fitz. For Fitz, he has 5 points in his last 6 games. The forward scratches for the Grizzlies include Nick Pastorius. as well as Reed Morrison and Blake Wells, who's been out since opening night with an upper body injury. For the Wichita Thunder, they're led by Bruce Ramsey. Ramsey was the 2020-21 League Coach of the Year. Starting in, that's going to be Trevor Gorsuch. It'll be his first appearance this season for Wichita. Gorsuch played in 6 games with the Grizzlies during the 2020-21 season. Gorsuch has made the rounds in the league as he has played with many different franchises. And for Gorsuch, he is going to be the starter tonight. Aaron Dell will be the backup. The starting defensive pairing for Wichita is going to be Braden Hache, who's got 3 assists in 4 games. He's a big 6'4", 210-pound defenseman. And Nolan Nee, who's got an A on his sweater. He's got 6 assists in 15 games. Starting forwards are their captain, Dylan Boucher, number 10, as well as Mitchell Russell and Luke Granger. Granger played at Western Michigan University, where he was a college teammate with Cole Gallant for 3 seasons. Also watch out for Mikael Stenell, who's got 20 points this season, which are tied for a league lead with Toledo's Brandon Hawkins. We'll come back and have face-off on the other side. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Wichita Thunder in the second of a 3-game series. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting. It'll be a fun one tonight as Utah's looking for a little bit of revenge as Wichita got a 5-2 victory in last night's game. The Grizzlies really were outplayed in the first period. Utah had a ton of momentum coming into the second period where they scored 2 unanswered in the first 6 minutes of the second period. And then Wichita responded with 3 unanswered as they got the 5-2 victory. Different goaltending matchup tonight. Vinny Duplessis makes his first start of the season. It's his 3rd game professionally. And Trevor Gorsuch is making his first appearance with Wichita this season. Gorsuch, the former Grizzly, is 6'2" and 220 pounds. Looks like kind of a late arriving crowd over at Wichita's Intrust Bank Arena. Looks like they got the stands folded up a little bit on the right side of the ice, kind of similar to what you see downtown over at Delta Center. As the starting forwards again are going to be Luke Manning, Reed Lebster, and Craig Armstrong with a defensive pairing of Derek Dashke and Kabori Dunn. We will also see a ton of Johnny Fairbrother, who's got 5 goals this season. He'll be lined up with James Shearer. Both teams are at the 500 mark in terms of record-wise. Wichita is 7-7-1, and Utah is 5-5-1. Thunder have been a pretty good team at home. They are 5-3-1 over at Intrust Bank Arena. As looks like fans are getting to their feet. The minute of madness to start things over in Wichita. And we saw kind of a college group win that yesterday. As for Trevor Gorsuch, the Wichita goaltender, last year he was with Wichita exclusively, and in 37 games he had a record of 13-15-7 with a .908 save percentage. As the draw is going to be taken by Luke Granger for Wichita and Luke Manning for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are in a white jersey with black numbers and professional green trim. Wichita's got an outstanding jersey, navy blue with white mixed in, white on the shoulders, white lettering, and white numbers in the back as Wichita gets the puck along the near boards and they pitch it out to center ice. Armstrong got spun around his shoulder as a battle along the near boards at new Trice. Manning and Armstrong with two Thunder skaters. We're 20 seconds in. Granger skates along the near boards, and he dumps it in as it goes towards the near corner. Dashko bouncing off of Mitchell Russell, number 23 for Wichita, over to the far corner. Dunn and Manning battle with two Thunder skaters as Manning throws Wichita along the far glass as the glass sways back and forth in the corner. Russell gets up top. Armstrong picks it off. Armstrong skates along the left wing, along the boards. He crosses center ice, and he'll chip it in as the Thunder roll it along the near side. One of the linesmen gets out of the way as Russell will tap it on towards Duplessis, who gathers it, then lets it go to keep the play alive to the Grizzlies captain, Gianni Fairbrother. We're a minute in, no score. Fairbrother gets out to new Trice. Now right wing, Grizzlies get themselves over the offensive line. Grizzlies skate around the net. Does Cole Galani overskates the puck. Wichita back in their own end, skating from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. The Thunder get to center ice, and dumping it in is Joe Carroll, who had a goal in the first period last night. He played a pretty good game. Puck goes up top. TJ Lloyd danced around, the first-year pro. He scored his first pro goal last night. He'll slide it to the left side. Thunder will ricochet it off the backboards. Grizzlies hustle after the loose puck on the near side. A Thunder player shields Utah from the puck along the near boards as the Thunder get it out to Lloyd. He's in the high slide, takes a righty shot, and that's blocked by Gallant. Grizzlies will pitch it out of the zone as kind of knuckles and wobbles deep into the Thunder zone. No icing. Lloyd runs it down in the near corner as the Grizzlies make a line changes. We're about 2 minutes in, still no score as the Thunder will get to center ice. Now Wichita right wing will tap it off the near boards and chase after it does Peter Bates, number 12. Bates has 2 goals and 11 assists and a plus 11 rating in 15 games. Grizzlies throw it back into Thunder ice. Dominic Dockery will throw it towards Carroll. Carroll around the net. Now it goes to the near side. Thunder, Mikael Stenell, one of the best scorers in the league, as he tried to drop it. Grizzlies jab it away. Adam Burke skates along the near goal line. Lefty shot saved by Gorsuch. As Utah took their first shot, it was Berg from the near goal line. Gorsuch made a shoulder save. As Cade Nilsson and another Grizzlies, the puck ends up top. Lefty shot, and that goes wide. That was taken by Shearer, who was lined up with Jensen. Now the Thunder skate in right side as Wichita spins around, takes a backhand shot, saved by Duplessis. As that was a pretty good effort by Joe Carroll. Puck still alive. Cade Jensen stands behind Duplessis' net as we're about 3 minutes in, still no score. As Jensen surveys, now he'll slice a long-range pass out to the right wing, and it looks like it deflects out of play as the puck was near the Wichita line. And play stops with 17:05 left in the first period. Everybody make your pick to click as dude's going to be the player of the game. I'm going to go with Luke Manning, who's got 2 goals and 6 assists in 11 games. Everybody make your pick as to who's going to be the player of the game for the Grizzlies. And if you're a Wichita fan tuned in, who's going to be the hero for the Thunder? Draws at center ice. Tyson Upper will take it against the Thunder skater. Utah wins the draw as Dasky will pitch it towards Dunn. Back to center ice looking for Buell, and the puck goes to Tyson Upper, left wing, lefty shot, and that one goes over the crossbar. Gorsuch might have gotten a piece of it as Aragon's out there with Fitz and Upper, who had a pretty good look along the left wing. Thunder cross center ice and dump it in as Dasky gets pushed along the boards. Grizzlies will tap it off the wall towards Aragon. Aragon tried to shovel it ahead and fanned on it. Now Aragon battles along the near boards with 2 Thunder skaters. He gets to Upper. Upper along the left wing, gets to the Wichita line, dumps to the near corner. Upper gets it, tried to center it to Aragon. Pass goes wide. Now right wing, righty shot, saved by Gorsuch. Grizzlies get the rebound. They skate around the net. As Utah will drop it in the near corner for Fitz, who slides along towards the far boards. As Grizzlies, Kabori Dunn gets tripped up, no call, as he got tripped up by Artem Guyev, the native of Russia. Pass to Ryan Finnegan, who had the first goal in last night's game. He gets to center ice, and he'll backhand it off the near boards. Grizzlies run it down. As Armstrong back towards Dunn, he collects it in the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. He'll push it towards the middle for Dashke. Dashke crosses center ice, and he'll nudge it to the left side off the boards. Grizzlies enter. As Armstrong over to Dashke, left side, lefty shot goes wide. Puck goes to the right point, and it's backhanded by Hartje. As Armstrong and Manning battle with 2 Thunder skaters as Gorsuch looks over his left shoulder as puck ends up going to Wichita. Grizzlies retreat defensively. Wichita along the right wing, crossing center ice and dumping it in is number 81. That's Tyler Jetty, a 6'3", 205-pound defenseman. As the Thunder, they're in the attack zone, but they get to force from the puck as Fairbrother kicks it ahead to Manning. Manning left wings out to Lebster. He drops it for Armstrong. Left side, lefty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. He holds on with 15-17 left in the first. Boy, Grizzlies have had some pretty good looks. Berg had a pretty good look from the near goal line, and then Tyson Upper skated along the left wing and had a good look on Gorsuch, and there it was Armstrong. Seems like all of Utah's good looks here so far have come from the left wing. So an offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies. We're just getting underway, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice. Enjoy a little bit of Thursday with us. A rare Thursday game for the Grizzlies. They play about 2 a year on Thursdays. Grizzlies win the draw. Harchie will tap it off the end boards. The Thunder will loft it to neutral ice. Harchie tried to gather it. It goes behind him. Grizzlies get the skipping puck at their line as Utah resets, skating from right to left. Right wing pass will tap off a stick, and puck goes over to Wichita. They enter 1-on-4. The Thunder veer off to the left as they skate along the near wall as Wichita moves it to the left point as a right shot defenseman enters as they skate around Duplessis' net as Harchie will jab it away. Puck ends up in the far corner as Thunder have the puck as Wichita skates towards the near corner. Big time hit delivered by Grizzly, and that was Cole Gallant, who's got an A on his sweater, as does Messner. Puck glides along the far side. Getting the loose puck is Briley Wood. He gets her a step ahead of Wichita as Jensen gets it taken away. Wichita tried to feather it out in front, but instead it goes towards the far boards. Grizzlies might have poked it away, and Utah will ice the puck as the arm is raised by one of the linesmen and play a stop with 14-17 left in the first. There are 2 referees tonight. The referees are Evan Reddick and Curtis Paré. The linesmen are Riley Hickey and Ryan Bray. Well, watch out for the shot count. Wichita did have a strong edge, 39-28 in last night's game. The Grizzlies are second in the league in shots per game. Thunder win the draw. They ended a 6-game winless streak last night as Jetty will jam it towards the left side. The Thunder dancing around. Chase Harchie pushes the Thunder skater along the boards over on the far side. 2 other Grizzlies trying to jab at it as TJ Lloyd will poke it to the left side. Thunder look for a centering pass, and it didn't connect as it goes towards the right side. Thunder still with the puck. Bates feeds it to the left side. Lefty shot is blocked away by Duplessis. That shot was taken by Stenell, who's got 20 points this season, 8 goals and 12 assists. Puck along the near boards. It goes all the way into the Thunder zone, and the arm is raised by the linesman. And once again, Utah is called for icing with 13:42 left in the first. The Grizzlies had some pretty good chances in the left wing. Wichita's established some offensive zone time over the last minute. Gallant will take the draw against Ryan Finnegan. Finnegan scored a goal last night. He has 6 goals and 2 assists in 15 games. Draw won by the Grizzlies. They skate around Duplessis' net as Utah slices along the near boards. Keeping it in is Jeremy Bushler. He's a big defenseman. Wichita starting pass. Backhand shot by Bates. Saved by Duplessis. And Vinny holds on with 13:29 left in the first. Both teams have had some good chances early on, but we're scoreless 6.5 minutes in. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
No score, 6.5 minutes in. Wichita's taken 5 shots. The Grizzlies have 4. Manning, Berg, Upper, and Dunn are listed as the 3 players with shots, even though it looked like Armstrong took a pretty good shot from the left side. That one might have gone wide. It's tough to spot the puck from time to time, especially on shots. As Grizzlies win the draw, they're in their own zone, skating from right to left, as Dashke will helicopter it into Wichita ice. Chasing after it is Adam Berg. He gets it in the far corner, lays it for Buell. Nilsson's in front of the net as the puck goes back behind the net. As Utah dancing around, they skate along the near side. Is Buell trying to jab the puck at Gorsuch. Gorsuch holds on with 13:12 left in the first. Grizzlies had the puck behind the net, and then it looked like Buell just called his own number, just kept hacking away along the near goal line. Gorsuch holds on with 13-12 left in the first. Gorsuch had a pretty good year with Wichita last season, as we mentioned, as he was kind of a workhorse for them, and he's hasn't started any games. He's kind of been their third goaltender. Their starting goaltender, Gabriel Carriere, was recently called up to the AHL's San Jose Barracuda. As Wichita wins the draw, and they'll drag it out to neutral ice. They cross center, and on the back check, Adam Berg took it away. Berg will get it to the near corner to Daschke deep in the Grizzly zone as Daschke skates around Duplessis' net towards the far side. He gets it to Dunn. Back towards Daschke, who has to pivot and get it back at the far goal line. Daschke gathers it and moves it towards Nilsson across to Dunn. Dunn will carry it across center ice. He negotiates his way into the attack zone along the right side as he veers towards the far boards. Wichita will get it back to center ice. Over at the Utah line, Thunder get held up. Grizzlies get the puck as they'll fire it off the near boards at neutral ice. Grizzlies make a line change as we're 7.5 minutes in. Still no score. Shots pretty even here as both teams are at the 500 mark record-wise. Wichita is 7-7-1. Utah is 5-5-1. Thunder get the puck. They skate along the near side with speed as they'll drop it off. Almost looks like a power play type formation as Wichita crosses center ice left wing, and they'll fire it into the right corner. Grizzlies get it off the wall. Dylan Fitz will backhand it over a Wichita defenseman's head. Puck goes towards Braden Hache, who won in the OHL, won a championship with Saginaw last year. He's a first-year pro. Aragon tried to get to Fitz at the Wichita line. Thunder took it away. Nolan Neen crosses center ice. He gets it jammed away. Aragon and Fitz skate after it. Fitz gets the puck. He tried to get towards Aragon, who was skating more towards the slot as the puck hit the opposite center ice. Upper gets it to Shearer, back towards Fairbrother. Across to Aragon at the Utah line. He'll cross center ice, and Aragon will saucer it towards Gorsuch, who jabs it away towards the far corner. As the Thunder over to the far side, Utah tried to center it towards Lebster. Wichita gets a stick in the way as the puck will roll towards Gorsuch, and he holds on as the puck was over in the high slot of the Wichita zone, bounced off a stick, and Gorsuch was able to calmly gather the puck and hold on with 11:24 left in the first. So Utah will have an offensive zone draw. That was a pretty hard-working shift by Fitz, Upper, and Aragon. Seems like that forward unit has had a couple of good shifts early on. Draw taken by Luke Manning. He's got Lebster and Armstrong out there as we're still scoreless, 8.5 minutes in. Wichita wins the draw as pucks along the near boards. Lebster gets up top to Manning, who will force into the near corner. Armstrong battles as Wichita shields him away from the puck along the wall. Armstrong continues to battle. He plays hard along the wall each and every game as Armstrong gets it towards Lebster. Lebster gets pushed along the boards by Jetty as Grizzlies are trying to break free. Lebster does out of the pile. Now he throws it back to the near corner that he vacated. Luke Manning dances around. He'll drop it back looking for Fairbrother. Armstrong behind the net gets double-teamed, and the puck goes off the far wing wall. Thunder gather the puck. Grizzlies retreat defensively. Wichita will backhand it off the far wall to center ice. Now the Thunder skate in. Left wing. Wichita surveys looking for a pass, and that's number 23, Mitchell Russell. He'll lay it for another Thunder skater along the left point, and that's Luke Granger dancing around. Tries to skate towards the far corner, but lost the puck. Grizzlies rolled along the wall towards the right side, keeping it in and throwing it around the wall towards the far side. Jeremy Bushler. Grizzlies will loft it into the Thunder zone. Grizzlies make a line change as Wichita flags it down. Thunder off the right wing wall as the Grizzlies hold their ground and gather it along the near side. Grizzlies will poke it out to center ice as Upper gets to Gallant. He skates down the middle. Gallant throws the puck to the far corner, chases after it, about 2 steps in front of Dockery as the Grizzlies get it up top. Hot pass connects. Right wing, lefty shot goes wide off the end boards. Grizzlies get it off the wall as Utah gets it to Jensen. Jensen will float it back in deep as the Grizzlies skate around the net towards the near side. Gallant's got 11 assists in 11 games this year. He'll get to the near corner for Jensen, who gets a good side check from Joe Carroll. Puck behind the net for Messner. He's got 5 goals this season. Messner skates towards the far side. Now he's at the right point. He gets up top to Shearer, and Shearer gets to Gallant back to Messner. He's in the right point. He'll fire it around the wall towards the near boards as the Thunder try to jab it out. Glanced off of Gallant's stick. He'll skate towards the near circle. Wood up top to Messner. Left point. Shot is blocked. Looked like it got blocked by number 26, or make that 86, Nolan Burke. Grizzlies reset as Jensen angles a pass towards the right. It stays to the left side off a Thunder skate back towards Jensen. He'll fire it in as Berg tried to deliver a hit on Carroll. Carroll side Shepton as puck goes to the near side. Action deep in the Thunder zone. Nielsen gets it towards the near circle as he was looking for Berg, who couldn't corral the bouncing puck. As it goes deep into the Thunder zone again, puck to the near corner. Grizzlies deliver a good side check, but Wichita's gathering it. As Wichita angles it towards the left, Carroll couldn't reach it. Grizzlies throw it back into Wichita ice. As Cameron Buell runs it down, he slides it across, looking for a cutter out in front of the net. Pass goes wide of the mark. Wichita, rink-wide feed to the left connects as the Thunder step over the offensive line. As Wichita trying to get it back up top to the high slot. Nolan Neem was skating towards the net, and so he has to retreat at the Wichita line after it. As Tyson Upper gets it taken away by Bates. As we have 8:11 and counting left in the first period. Wichita, long-range pass down the middle, goes all the way towards Duplessis. As the Grizzlies still in their own zone, skating from right to left. Dunn gets to Dashke, back to Dunn, who skates down the middle. Dunn gets to center ice, and he'll sky it into the Thunder zone deep as it ricochets off the end boards on one hop of the ice. As Wichita will carry it across center ice. Finnegan feeds a left wing pass that connects as the Thunder try to get back to the right side for Lloyd, and the puck lifts towards the near wall as the Grizzlies skating from right to left, get it out to center ice, looking for Upper as the puck never got towards him. Now Utah gets it, but just to the Wichita line where the Thunder regather it. Wichita, right wings a pass towards Finnegan. Did he get a piece of it? Archie chases after it. No icing on the play. Archie looks like he's been paired up with Fairbrother at times in this first period. Pass towards the Grizzlies bench. Far side. Grizzlies get it. Right side. Fitz righty shot. Gloved by Gorsuch. He'll drop it to keep the play alive. As we've had a good flow to this game. 13 minutes in, Finnegan dumps into the near corner. Finnegan wants it at the near goal line, but play is stopped. And it looks like we might have our first penalty of the game. Who's it going to be on? It looks like one of the linesmen has got a Thunder player. And it looks like the penalty, if there is one, might be on Wichita. As the referee goes towards center ice. But it's a good time to check in on some fans. I don't know, a penalty might have been called, but we'll find out on the other side. 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first period. Still no score. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
7 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first period. Still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Thunder 7-5. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Puck glides along the near wing wall as the Thunder skate back in along the far side as Finnegan gets dumped off his feet as the Thunder get it back towards Finnegan. He danced around with Berg in the area as Finnegan feeds it up top. Thunder skate along the blue line towards the right point. Now they'll backhand it in deep as the Grizzlies avoid a check from Carter Jones, number 20, who had an assist last night. Grizzlies skate along the left wing. They cross center ice. Jensen dumps it in and chasing after it's Lebster, but Gorsuch plays it behind his net. He'll toss to the far side. Puck hitting opposite center ice. Grizzlies have it, and they skate back into their own zone. Shearer across to Fairbrother, who dances around. Fairbrother, the Grizzlies captain, gets it back to Shearer. Over to Fairbrother along the far side as they play catch. Fairbrother back to Shearer. He's in the near circle. As Shearer, with a pass angled to the right at center ice, it connects tape to tape. Grizzlies dump it into the far corner. Gallant gets there about the same time as Braden Hache. Thunder will skate up ice. Right wing pass goes towards the stick of Mitchell Russell. Russell skates along the near side. He waits for everybody else to enter the attack zone for the Thunder. He'll get to the near corner now behind the net as Wichita's Luke Granger, who played at Western Michigan, first-year pro, gets up top to Russell, who sliced it across far wall as Dashke gets to Wood. Wood gets tripped up, no call, as the Grizzlies will skeet towards the Wichita line. Thunder take it away. As we got 5.5 minutes left in the first period, still no score. Grizzlies with a slight edge in the shot count, which is 7-5. In last night's game, Wichita outshot Utah 16-5 in the first period, and they led 2-0. As we're still scoreless late in the first frame, Thunder getting out to new tries. Grizzlies try to poke it away. Strong with the puck is Joe Carroll. He skates along the right wing and one-hands it ahead. Thunder dumping in from center ice as Duplessis behind his net in his first start this season. Gets out to the center ice. Grizzlies down the middle. Cade Jensen will loft it in as it skips off the end wall on one hop of the ice. Buell over to the near goal line as he surveys. Now Buell will drop it to the corner that he vacated, looking for Nilsson. Puck went right to Tyler Jetty. Will fire it off the far wall. Buell gets collapsed by or crowd by Carroll. Puck trying to go back towards Buell as the Grizzlies roll it along the wall to the near corner. Utah gets the idle puck as they get it towards Nilsson. Nilsson, a sharp angle, fakes a shot, keeps it, skates back towards the left point as he fakes it to Harchie as Nilsson backhands it to the far circle. Wichita will push Utah, and the momentum of the puck goes out to center ice. Utah runs it down. Grizzlies off the near wall to Fairbrother, who fires it to the far corner as Upper gets there about a step, and he'll drop it for Aragon. Right side, lefty shot, saved by Gorsuch as Aragon had a pretty good look from the right wing. As puck ends up back at Utah ice, Grizzlies will toss off the stick, and it flies and hops off the end boards. Thunder will move it out to the right side. A Thunder player takes a spill. Grizzlies skate in. Fitz lost control of the puck. Thunder out to the right wing. They cross center ice. Over the line is Stinnell as he'll tap it off a Grizzly stick. Puck glides towards Duplessis, who keeps the play alive, getting it to a defenseman. Out to the near side, Bushler goes down. He got hit pretty hard by Jensen. Along the near goal line, now around the net is Wichita as they get it up top left point. Lefty shot, and that one's bounced away as Wichita was looking for a redirection. It ricocheted off Duplessis as the puck goes to new tries and into the Thunder zone. Thunder will flag it down as Wichita will lob it out to center ice off the near boards. Dumping it in is number 18, Kobe Walker, who scored 6:03 into the second period last night, which turned out to be the game winner. Dashke back towards Jensen behind the net. Oh, it ends up out in front. Finnegan jabbed at it. Great defensive play by Manning to keep it a scoreless game as Manning got in front of Finnegan as Finnegan was out in front as the puck just somehow ended up in front of the net. Puck still alive. Delayed penalty, and it's going to be on Wichita as Duplessis skates to the bench. Less than 3 minutes left in the first period. Dunn skates towards the near boards, towards new try, so drop it back as Manning gets it across to Dashke. Dashke will skate to new try, so push it to his right. Grizzlies over the attack line. Left wing pass connects to Manning. Manning looking for a centering pass out in front. It goes wide as Manning was looking for Lebster. Puck back up top. Dashke across. Now goes to Kabori Dunn, who gets it back up top. Grizzlies switch places, drops it for Dunn. Wichita trying to touch it up. Now they do in the far corner, does Dominic Dockery. And play stops with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first period. So Utah goes in the power play for the first time tonight. They were 1 for 2 in last night's game. Grizzlies power play is 21.9% on the season. We'll come back in 45 seconds as Utah's on the man advantage for the first time tonight. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first period. Utah's in the power play as Ryan Finnegan got a hooking minor, 17:33 in. Grizz have outshot the Thunder 9-6 in the first period. As Cole Gallant's on the left wing, I think that's crouching down. I think that might be Messner taking the draw, and it is, as Adam Berg's on the ice as well. Wichita wins the faceoff, and they'll slice it all the way towards Vinny Duplessis, who has saved all 6 so far. He'll drop it for Dashke, leads Utah with 5 power play points, 1 goal and 4 assists. Dashke skates down the middle. Now he'll veer off to the right and drop it as Utah will carry it out to center ice. Gallant towards Messner, who chips it off the near boards. Berg trying to run it down. Puck goes to Messner in the near corner. He gets double teamed. He feeds it up top, left point for Dashke. Over towards Messner as Messner is in the left point with Dashke. Messner moves to his right as Gallant will slice it back up top for Messner. Messner had a power play goal in last night's game. He skates casually towards the far corner. Now he gets it back top to Dashke. Dashke 3 goals this season. All of them have been big. Over to Messner right side as Messner dangles with the puck on the far corner. He fakes it to Dashke. Now he delivers it to Dashke. Dashke skates towards the high slot, gets it back to Messner. Over to Dashke. Dashke high slot. Over to Messner. He's on the right side. Messner fakes a shot, gets it across to Gallant. Gallant left side over to Dashke. One-timer, and that's blocked about 10 feet in front of Gorsuch. Grizzlies have it in the near corner with Gallant. He'll tap it off the near wall up top to Dashke. Dashke fires towards the net. It goes wide as Berg was looking to redirect it. Grizzlies keep the puck. As Messner skates towards the far corner, he loses it, and clearing it out is Jay Dickman, the big 6'6" forward, who's a player/assistant coach. Duplessis will drop it behind his net as both teams will reshuffle the deck personnel-wise. Grizzlies skate to neutral ice. Fairbrother gets to neutral. Now he'll drop it off. As Grizzlies, Luke Manning slides it to his right. Grizzlies enter. Reed Lebster with the puck skates towards the far corner. Now Lebster around the net with speed as he's to the left side. Now he'll skate towards his right. Drop it to the left point for Fairbrother. Has to run it down, and he keeps it in as he gets to Armstrong down the middle. Over to Manning. Back to Fairbrother. Over to Manning. He's in the near circle up top to Fairbrother. Late in the power play, Fairbrother left point fires towards the net looking for a redirection. It goes wide. As the Grizzlies over on the right side dance around. Late in the power play, right side, righty shot, saved by Gorsuch. Rebound goes to Dockery, who will sky it out to center ice as Duplessis lets it go in the near corner. Finnegan, I thought about centering it. Fairbrother got a piece of the centering pass. 12 seconds left in the period. Puck glides along the far boards. Wichita keeps it in. Left point, lefty shot is blocked away by Duplessis. 5 seconds left in the period as Fitz delivers a big-time push on Nolan Neen behind the net. And that will do it for 20 minutes over at Intrust Bank Arena. Both teams have to like their defensive effort, and with both goaltenders making their first appearance this season, both goalies were able to settle in and get a rhythm. And Utah, had 11 shots. Wichita had 6. And both teams, as I mentioned, have to feel pretty good about their defensive unit going into the first intermission locker room. Grizzlies were very patient with their approach on the power play. They had a lot of offensive zone time. They fired towards the net twice, but couldn't quite get an official shot on Gorsuch during that power play. And we remain scoreless. Both teams have been strong second period clubs so far this season, and that might end up making a big difference as to who takes control of this game. After one period, it's no score between the Grizzlies and the Thunder in the second of a 3-game series. And for the Grizzlies, it's the 5th of 7 straight on the road. We'll come back and recap the first period, and we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. A lot of NHL action, some of it involving local teams, and we'll also give an early NFL score as well as the Steelers take on the Cleveland Browns. First intermission, no score between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smiths app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smiths, fresh for everyone.
After one period, no score between the Grizzlies and the Wichita Thunder. Utah outshot Wichita 11-7 in the first period. Cameron Buell and Luke Manning each had 2 shots, 1 shot each for Armstrong, Dashke, Fitz, Aragon, Berg, Upper, and Kabori Dunn. For the Thunder, and there are 7 shots. Peter Bates had 2, and then 5 other Thunder skaters had 1 shot each. There was 1 power play in the first period as Wichita's Ryan Finnegan got a hooky minor 17:33 in. Utah is the least penalized team in the league, and it's by a pretty wide margin. Grizzlies have 72 penalty minutes through 11 games and 1/3 of the 12th game. 6.55 penalty minutes per game is what the Grizzlies have, and that includes 3 or 4 fighting majors. Utah has really been a very disciplined team, and it's one of those fine lines. You know, you kind of like to take some penalties every now and then because that's kind of an indication of a team that's playing hard. But for the Grizzlies, they've done a good job staying disciplined, and their penalty kill has struggled a little bit. And so it was good for them to play a disciplined first period and stay out of the penalty box. It's going to be tough for Utah to score on the power play, as going into last night's game, Wichita had killed 23 straight opposing teams' power plays. I mean, Wichita allowed a power play goal on November 2nd, and then they went 23 straight successful penalty kills until Utah got a 5-on-3 early in the second period last night, where Mick Messner found the back of the net about 3:39 in. Both goaltenders were solid. Vinny Duplessis stopped all 7 shots he saw, the Quinnipiac product. He had a pretty strong first period. It was last season he played at Quinnipiac. Before that, spent 3 seasons at Boston University, and he had pretty good college numbers, and Duplessis is off to a pretty good start tonight. It's his first start of the season. It's a rare off night for Adam Shield, who started in 10 of Utah's first 11 games this season. For Wichita's Trevor Gorsuch, well, he was a lot more busy in the first period. It seemed like in the first 5 minutes, the Grizzlies had 3 really good looks from the left wing. Buell had a good look from the left side. Berg had one along the near goal line, and Craig Armstrong also had a pretty good look as well. And I remember Tyson Upper also had a pretty good shot and a grade A chance over from the left wing. But we remain scoreless. Both goaltenders maybe a little bit rusty, without any game action, but both looked pretty effective in the first period. There's 2 other games in the league going on, and both of them are in progress. Late second period, Savannah leads Adirondack 3-2. Savannah's off to a good start this season as they are 8-5. As don't recognize any of the names of the goal scorers for Savannah. Grizzlies don't play them this season. Doesn't look like there's any former Grizzlies. They're in there for Savannah. And for Adirondack, Grizzlies don't play them either. And there aren't too many recognizable names except for Jeremy Brodeur, the Adirondack goaltender. And yes, he is the son of Martin Brodeur. Jeremy Brodeur has saved 22 of 25. The other game in action is a Mountain Division battle. Allen leads Tulsa 1-0. That game with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first period. Easton Brzezinski, the Grizzlies killer, gets his 7th of the year with James Hardy and Mark Duart getting the assist. Tulsa has outshot Allen 17-5, but it's Allen that leads 1-0 as Anson Thornton has stood on his head for the Americans in the first period. Boyko is a starting goaltender for Tulsa, and he has saved 4 of 5. There aren't too many recognizable names among Tulsa's roster. They really changed things up quite a bit. They do have Tyler Polson, Alec Butcher. They still have Mike McKee, Doogie Legrone, and Kyler Wall are names that have played against the Grizzlies in years past when they were with Tulsa. But there are going to be a lot of unfamiliar names when the Grizzlies take on the Tulsa Oilers on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Tulsa's off to a pretty good start this season, where they are 8-3-1, and they have the best point percentage in the Mountain Division at .708. But late in the first period, Allen leads 1-0. Americans made a trade earlier today as former Grizzly Andrew Nelson, who's got a handful of assists and is a -14 in 10 games. He was traded from the Allen Americans to the Orlando Solar Bears. When we come back, we will go over some NHL scores and check in on those who are living the dream including that Utah Hockey Club game as they take on the Boston Bruins, and that is Joe Sacco's first game as Boston's new interim head coach, as former Grizzly forward Jim Montgomery was fired a couple days ago. First intermission, no score between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. We're back in 1 minute on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
First intermission, no score between the Grizzlies and the Wichita Thunder. It's a busy night in the National Hockey League. Quite a few games in progress. Late second period, Boston leads Utah 1-0. The only goal in the game was scored by Elias Lindholm, 12:41 into the second period, with Brad Marchand and David Pasternak getting the assists. As Veggie is starting for Utah, as Vejmelka has saved 23 of 24. And, there's not been a whole lot offensively for Utah. It looks like Boston has a pretty strong shot advantage, 24-13, as Boston outshot Utah 15-5 in the first period. And right now, Boston has a 9-8 shot advantage in the second period. Utah, if you're looking for a positive, they have won 54% of faceoffs, but it's Boston that has a 1-0 lead. That game with a minute and 18 seconds left in the second period. A few other games in progress. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, they're taking on Washington, who are without Alex Ovechkin, as Ovechkin got a fractured fibula in the third period on Monday night as he collided with Utah's Jack McBain. So Ovechkin will be out 4 to 6 weeks. And late in the second period, Colorado and Washington are tied at 1. Georgiev is back in net for Colorado. He was out for just under a week due to an injury. He has saved 14 of 15. And the goal scorer was Mikko Rantanen, who's been all over the place for Colorado. He now has 12 goals on the season. For the Washington Capitals, their goal was scored by Dubois. He finally finds the back of the net as he had gotten off to a little bit of a slow start this season. Colorado and Washington are tied at 1. Late in the second period. Also late second, Vegas leads Ottawa 2-0. After 2 periods, Islanders lead the Red Wings 1-0. Also after 2, the Devils lead the Hurricanes 2-1. Late second period, how about this high-scoring game? Tampa Bay and Columbus are tied at 5. That's an entertaining game late in the second period. Late first period, the Wichita Thunder's NHL affiliate, the San Jose Sharks, they are in St. Louis, and that game is tied at 1 with the minute and 41 left in the first period, as Alex Wenberg has the San Jose goal, and Nathan Walker has scored for St. Louis. Just getting underway, Florida is at the Chicago Blackhawks at 7 o'clock. Rangers are taking on the Flames. Also at 7 o'clock, Minnesota is at the Edmonton Oilers. So that's the NHL scoreboard for this Thursday night. A very rare Thursday for the Grizzlies. As I mentioned before, they don't normally play more than 1 or 2 Thursday games in a season. And this was originally going to be a Saturday game, but there's a concert that's going to be at Intrust Bank Arena. And so that took precedent over the hockey club in Wichita, as it is the downtown arena over in Wichita that seats just about 16 or 17,000. It just about has NHL level capacity in the building, especially when they open up the upper bowl. And it is a beautiful building. Every now and then it hosts NCAA tournament basketball games, and all the big concerts in Wichita end up at Intrust Bank Arena. Well, I'm hanging out here at Maverick Center. Place is dark and empty, but we're having a good time as the Grizzlies are taking on the Thunder. And not only tonight, but tomorrow night as well. I am really looking forward to the 6-game homestand that starts on Wednesday. That is 6 days from now, as the Grizzlies will take on the Indy Fuel. The Fuel, as we know, have 2 former Grizzlies on their roster, defenseman Luke Salem, as well as forward Nathan Burke. And it'd be fun to see both of those guys in action next week. As the series against Indy will be next Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Black Friday, there's a special whiteout deal. Grizzlies will be wearing whiteout specialty jerseys for the occasion. And tickets are pretty affordable. I think it's just $12. It's kind of like that AFCU Friday deal, and it is an AFCU Friday 6 days from now against the Indy Fuel. Actually, it's probably 7 to 8 days from now. They tell you not to do math on the air. That's Black Friday, November 29th. And so that deal applies to everybody for one Friday only. And then how about Saturday, November 30th? It's pickleball night. And if you go to UtahGrizzlies.com, click there, look for that November 30th date there on the front page, and you can get a special offer where you can get a ticket as well as a pickleball paddle. Now, there's only 200 of those pickleball paddles, but it looks sharp. There's some pictures of what the pickleball paddle looks like on the Grizzlies website. And make sure to get that offer. You're going to have to specifically click on the pickleball night deal, and I don't know, I might have to do that myself. I want one of those paddles. It's got a Grizzlies logo, and it's got Grizzlies colors, black, white, professional green. That's a paddle I want to get. I might have to get that and get myself the pickleball paddle. There's only 200 of them available. Go to UtahGrizzlies.com and take advantage and join us for pickleball night. And that's going to be Saturday, November 30th, to end a 3-game series against the Indy Fuel. And then the following week, the first week of December, the Kansas City Mavericks are in for a 3-game set. When we come back, we'll have second period action over at Intrust Bank Arena as we are still looking for the game's first goal, as Utah did get an 11-7 shot advantage over the Wichita Thunder, but we're still looking for the first goal of the night. You've been listening to the second intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
The Grizzlies and Thunder are scoreless after one period. We'll have second period action in 1 minute. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
we're about set for second period action as they got the chug cam going on in Wichita. The difference, though, is they got to say chug cam so fans know that this is time to chug. At Grizzlies games, you just know. You see yourself on the video board, you're over 21, you got a beverage in hand, you just start chugging away. Here's the thing, they've got cans, so we don't know the progress of the beer. There's a kid chugging his soda, and the guy in the end seat's chugging his beverage of choice. Well, that's more of a sip than a chug, as he's trying to show that he's already most of the way through the beer. Looks like most of the fans are hanging out in the concession stands. Boy, there must be a blizzard in Wichita. It's still kind of a late arriving crowd, as we'll see if the Grizzlies can score first. Utah's done a pretty good job in the second period, but so have Wichita. This is by far the Thunder's best period of the season, as Wichita is outscoring opponents 23-18. Thunder have been outscored in each of the other periods, the first and the third. Grizzlies have been a good second period club as well. In last night's game, both teams had 2 goals against the other. We'll see if the Grizzlies can use their speed, as they got Manning out there with Webster and Armstrong, the same 3 forwards that started the game, a defensive pairing of Derek Dashke and Kabori Dunn. Thunder have it deep in their own zone. They skate from right to left as Boucher will throw it across. Grizzlies run it down. Utah behind Wichita's net as they'll slice it towards the near corner. Thunder get up before Webster. As a big shoulder check from Luke Manning as the Thunder are exiting the zone. Now the Thunder get to neutralize. They slice to the left. Pass goes tape to Boucher. Skates to the left circle. Take a shot. Saved by Duplessis. Rebound goes towards the far corner. Thunder glided along the boards 35 seconds into the second period as Hache will fire it off the end wall. Puck glides towards Armstrong. He's on the far side. Grizzlies pitch it out to center ice. Webster crosses the center red line and backhands it in. Grizzlies make a line change about 50 seconds into the second period. Thunder do so as well. As on the ice is Briley Wood along with Cole Gallant and Mick Messner as the Thunder with a long-range pass down the middle. It goes to the Utah line. It taps off a stick as Carroll gets boxed out by Armstrong, or make that Chase Hart-G. Now Carroll around the net will feed it to the far side. Thunder chase after it. Grizzlies will shield Wichita from the puck, and they get it out to center ice. Thunder lofts it ahead to the left wing, looking for a bouncing puck. It collided off the stick of Nolan Burke at neutral ice. He'll dump it in deep. The Thunder, Joe Carroll, feeds it towards the far corner. Running it down is Tyler Jetty. He gets it behind Utah's net, where the Grizzlies get back checked. His Fairbrother will throw it behind his back for Shearer. Grizzlies get it out to center ice, skipping puck. Utah in a foot race, no icing on the play as Gorsuch looks over his right shoulder. 2-on-2 battle as the Thunder throw it off the near boards, and they clear it out to center. Grizzlies run it down as Jensen backhands it ahead along the right wing. Grizzlies dump it in. Now Wichita back to center ice for Bates, and he'll loft it into the Grizzlies zone as it ricochets off the end boards on one hop of the ice. Thunder to the far side. It goes back behind Utah's net. Wichita pitches it to the near side. Centering pass collides off the stick. Grizzlies come back the other way. Utah 2-on-2 over the line. Nilsson, right point, feeds it across. Nobody home. Thunder come back the other way as they dump it in. Jensen chases after it. It got redirected at neutral ice, so no icing. As the Thunder over to the near side. They're in the attack zone. They get it up top to Dockery. Across to number 4, Jeremy Bushler, a big 6'4" defenseman. He fires it wide off the end wall. As the Thunder back to the right side, they fake it to Bushler and throw it back to the far corner. Jensen delivers a push on Wichita and holds up the Thunder skater towards the end glass. Grizzlies come back the other way to neutralize. Nilsson will sky it in. It's batted by Bushler about waist high. Puck to the far corner. Grizzlies around the net. They get to Buell. He dangles on the right side, takes a lefty shot, and that's blocked away. Berg's in the area. Gorsuch goes down, and it looked like Gorsuch went down. There was a battle along the near side at the goal line with Aragon and a Thunder skater. Gorsuch went down. His helmet flew off, and so play stopped with 17:03 left in the second, as Gorsuch will get his helmet back in place. Looks like he's going to be okay. Draw is going to be in the Wichita zone, as we're still looking for the game's first goal. Both teams offensively really been challenged by the defensive units. As Aragon skated in, he skated towards Berg, who got the puck, and Aragon accidentally collided with Gorsuch, who went down. Bushler, the big 6 defenseman, was hoping for a penalty. None to be had. Grizzlies will have the forward line of Tyson Upper. He'll take the face-off. He's got Fitz to his left and Aragon to his right. As we're about 3 minutes into the second period, still no score. Ryan Finnegan will take the draw for Wichita. Grizzlies win the faceoff. Fitz up top, right point. Kabori Dunn, righty shot. Glove saved by Gorsuch. He snatched it about waist high and holds on. So Grizzlies do have a bit of a slight shot advantage. It was 11-7 after one period. And here early in the second period, both teams have one shot. As Upper will take the face-off, the University of Calgary product, first-year pro. He's done a good job winning battles along the boards. He's out there with Fitz and Aragon. Draw one by Utah. Fitz slides to his left. Dashke left point. Shot goes wide on a lefty wrist shot as the Thunder along the far side trying to get it out. Dashke keeps in. He fires towards the net, and that's blocked before it gets to Gorsuch. Dashke will whip it around the wall as Upper along the near goal line snatched it. As Upper gets it up top. Dunn, he's in the right point, fired towards the net. Dockery took it away as Dunn didn't get much of a shot off. Thunder get to center ice, and skipping it in is Goryev, the native of Russia, Artem Goryev, who's got an NHL contract with San Jose. As the Thunder will skip it to the left side, neutralize, and Goryev will slice it in. Puck got about 5 feet of air under it. Grizzlies trying to clear it out. It stays in. As Hache, left side, lefty shot. Goes wide as he missed the net stick side on Duplessis. Kind of missed more high than wide. As the Grizzlies will toss it out to center ice. Thunder get it back. Wichita peels back to their own zone. Outlet pass towards the Utah line is jabbed away as the Thunder re-enter from the near side. As Boucher, tried to center it, a glance off a Grizzlies stick, and that was Kabori Dunn. Left point. Puck ends up back to the right side as the Thunder get it back up top. Nolan Neen. Over in the right point, rolls along the boards as Granger couldn't reach it. Puck back to the left point. Thunder trying to get to the corner. It's gloved and dropped by Fitz, who overskates it. Over to the left circle. Righty shot. Saved by Duplessis. As Mitchell Russell had the puck, he was in the left point, skated and dangled towards the left circle. He fired away, and Duplessis makes a big-time save and holds on with 15:32 left in the second. Boy, that was a golden opportunity for Wichita's. Russell had all sorts of time and momentum to get everything on a shot, and Duplessis with an impressive snatch to keep it a scoreless game 4.5 minutes into the second period. Draw on the near circle is won by Wichita. They skate from right to left in the second period. Hache's shot is blocked. Duplessis might have gotten a piece of it. There's 3 bodies in front of the net. As at the Utah line, Grizzlies will pitch it ahead as it flies into the air and bounces along the near boards deep in the Thunder zone. Wichita skates behind their net. As there's 15-12 and counting left in the second. Still no score. Puck out to neutralize. The Thunder will slice it across. Skating down the middle is Hache. Will move it to his right as the Thunder will roll it along the boards. Mitchell Russell has a tap off his stick. He was near Armstrong. Grizzlies come back the other way. 3-on-2. As Lepster gets it in the right side, the left side from Manning. Lepster skates in. Backhand shot goes wide. As Fairbrother along the near side. He gets a good push from behind by Boucher. As Lepster back towards Fairbrother, he's on the right side. He moves up top to Armstrong. High slot, lefty shot is blocked, and it goes out to Grizzlies ice at the Utah line. Armstrong jabs at it as Fairbrother angles it to the left. Wichita gathers it deep in their own zone as the Thunder skate from right to left as we're 5.5 minutes into the second period. Still no score. As the Thunder in a navy blue jersey with white numbers, white lettering, white on the shoulder. It's a very sharp look. Maybe the best jersey I've seen Wichita wear in all my years watching them. Right side, lefty shot is saved by Duplessis. As over to the left side is Nolan Burke, who had a good game last night. Gets it back up top. Left point, TJ Lloyd rolls it along the wall. As McMessner tries to jab it out of the zone. It bounced off of Dockery. As Johnny Fairbrother is it looks like the video feed is going in slow motion. Wichita picks it off at the Utah line. They skate in. Lefty shot is blocked. As there's 13:52 and counting left in the second. My screen is kind of freezing at the moment. As the Grizzlies hoping to get the puck out of the zone. And Wichita jabs at it. And I know I'm probably far behind the other feed, as looks like now we're frozen with 13:49 left in the second. As unfortunately technical difficulties have taken us off the screen a little bit. So we're 6 minutes into the second period. Still no score between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. So we'll see if we can refresh the screen. As the technology gods are getting the best of us right here, 6 minutes into the second period. The Grizzlies and Thunder are still scoreless. We'll come back and see if we can take care of the technical difficulties, as unfortunately my only way to watch the game has been interrupted due to internet issues. No score over at Intrust Bank Arena. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's.
Commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Well, unfortunately, the video screen on Flow Sports that we were watching the game on has gone down. The stream has gone down. There are 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period. There's still no score. Wichita has outshot Utah 4-1 in the second period. And for the contest, Utah has taken 12 shots and Wichita has 11. As hopefully at some point we'll be able to see the game. It's an absolute shame that this is how we have to do things, but we'll just, hopefully at some point we will figure it out. It looks like Wichita has scored a goal to take a 1-0 lead as Mikhail Stenell finds the back of the net for his 9th goal of the season. The assists go to Joe Carroll. Time of goal is 7:10 into the second period. So Stenell finds the back of the net. Wichita has now outshot Utah 5-1 in the second period. As the Thunder, for the second straight game, have drawn first blood. We had mentioned, the Thunder, they have struggled a bit in the first periods this season. They've also struggled a little bit in the third periods. Their money frame is the second, where after that Steno goal, 7:10 in, the Thunder have outscored opponents 24-18. As unfortunately, we are still unable to see the game, as it looks like the Flow Sports connection to the game over at Intrust Bank Arena has gone cold, as Wichita's taken a 1-0 lead. Mikhail Stenell scored 7:10 in, with Joe Carroll getting the assist. And Carroll's had a pretty good series. Number 19 for Wichita. He scored a goal late in the first period last night, and Carroll's been a standout again. Last season, he played exclusively in the American Hockey League. 46 games with the Syracuse Crunch. He also had 11 games of experience with the San Jose Barracuda. And this year he's off to a pretty good start with the Thunder. With the assists, he now has 3 goals and 3 assists on the season. And I don't think Toledo's playing tonight, meaning that goal by Stenell gives him the league lead with 21 points this season, as he now has 9 goals and 12 assists. So Stenell now leads the league in points with 21. And unfortunately, no way of us to describe what happened, as the screen is still gone cold. As the people at Flow Sports are working on it. Meanwhile, we don't have a game to describe, unfortunately. So Wichita does have a 1-0 lead, and we'll see. Hopefully the Grizzlies can find a way to climb back into it. As right now there are 9 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second period, so we're at the halfway point of the scheduled 60-minute affair, and Wichita leads 1-0 as Mikhail Stenell scored 7:10 into the second period, with Joe Carroll getting the assists. Both teams are at 12 shots on goal. Not many shots on either side. For the Grizzlies, they are second in the league in shots per game at 35.36. Wichita is 11th in the league in shots per game at 31.27. Both teams are in the bottom third in the league in shots allowed per game. So unfortunately, the Flow Sports feed, which is how we were watching the game, has gone down as the Thunder have a 1-0 lead, as Mikhail Stenell found the back of the net 7:10 in, and that's certainly common for him because, as we mentioned, he's the league's leading scorer, as he was tied with Brandon Hawkins with 20 points heading into play tonight. Last year, with the Thunder in 65 games, Stenell had 32 goals and 35 assists. He averaged more than a point a game with 67 points in 65 games. As unfortunately, technical difficulties have prevented us from describing what's happening over in Wichita. There's now 9 minutes and 37 seconds left in the second period, as Wichita leads 1-0, as Mikhail Stenell scored his 9th goal of the season. We'll come back and hopefully we'll have some hockey to describe on the other side, as the Thunder lead the Grizzlies 1-0 halfway through the second period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Well, there are about 8 minutes left in the second period, as we have lost connection with our ability to watch the game, which was on the Flow Sports feed, and And Wichita leads 1-0. We didn't get to see the Mikael Stenell goal that was scored 7-10 into the second period, with Joe Carroll getting the assist. As apparently Wichita is having some internet issues. I guess there's so many fans in the building there at Intrust Bank Arena that it has clogged up the system. So we're just kind of hanging by the way. We're just nothing we can do about. We're not even the same time zone as the game. But it just, I guess it might be a Flow Sports issue. Might be an internet issue over in the arena in Wichita. I'm not sure. Either way, it's Wichita 1, Utah 0. It looks like the Grizzlies have gotten a couple shots off, as now the second period shot count as Wichita with 6, Utah with 4. Grizzlies now have a 15-13 edge in the shot count. It's kind of like back in the early days of baseball in the 60s and 70s where you had to recreate the games. So it's almost like you get a summary of what's happening, and you see kind of, a way. We might have to go to ECHL.com, see if we can figure out, when a shot gets taken or something. We might just have to recreate this game because right now, hey, Grizzlies score! Grizzlies score! Utah ties it up as Aaron Aragon gets his second of the year, as Tyson Upper and Derek Dashke get the assists. So the Grizzlies tie it up as play continued in the second period. And how about that? Aaron Aragon now has 2 goals in his last 3 games, as we got a text from Wichita describing the points of a Utah goal. So Aragon gets his second goal in his last 3 games. Derek Dashke and Tyson Upper picked the assist. And for Upper, is that his first pro point? I think it is. Yes, it is. First pro point for Tyson Upper. Derek Dashke also with an assist, as Utah gets on the board with about 7 minutes left in the second period. As they got a group chat over in Wichita, and it just has the numbers of goals being scored. And that's the way we found out that Aaron Aragon found the back of the net. And so Utah gets on the board later in the second period. It's now a tie game. So the Grizzlies battle back. And really for Aaron Aragon, you talk about a player that got injured on opening night. And Aragon, if you're talking about kind of 3 guys that really stood out in training camp, it was Aaron Aragon, Mick Messner, and Luke Manning. Those were 3 forwards that really stood out. Aragon ended up with a preseason goal. The IT in the Intrust Bank Arena is working on the issue. Maybe we'll get to describe some hockey later on. Aragon was a star in the preseason, really both training camp weeks. He was a star. And then Aragon got hurt on opening night, a lower body injury that forced him out for 4 games. And then he came back a little bit rusty, and he's found the back of the net apparently. With close to 7 minutes left in the second period, it looks like internet might have taken away some of the ability to follow the game on the ECHL app. However, in the group chat of the Wichita broadcast, they put just the numbers of the scores, and they've got one for Utah as Aragon scored with Dashke and Tyson Upper getting his first pro point. And we've seen good action from Tyson Upper. He's been lined up tonight with Aaron Aragon and Dylan Fitz. And how about Derek Dashke? You saw what he did last year with Kalamazoo. You saw the credentials. He signed an AHL contract with the Colorado Eagles. And so I think there was a lot of potential there. 16 goals last season in his first full year as a pro. I think everybody thought that, he would come in, and it was kind of my thought that, if he played most of the year with the Grizzlies, and obviously we're only 12 games in, this being the 12th game, kind of felt like Dashke had a ton of potential, which is why we had mentioned the Grizzlies trivia question that kind of alluded to the fact that Dashke was going to score a bunch of goals on an opening night. It was, 3 times in the last 7 years, the Grizzlies have had a defenseman who have led all league defensemen in goals. Taylor Richard tied for that mark with Matt Register, at the time was with the Colorado Eagles. That was a 2017-2018 season with both guys had 17 goals. And then Charles-Edouard Dastu scored 26 or 27 goals for the 2021-22 Grizzlies. And last year, Josh Wesley, I think, had 18 goals that led all league defensemen. You know what I did last night, though? Late in the second period, I gave the Grizzlies trivia question, and like an idiot, I forgot to give the answer. So I think this is the perfect opportunity since we don't have much to talk about. I think it's a good opportunity as, unfortunately, technical difficulties, potential internet issues in Wichita have taken away our ability to describe the game. Right now on the ECHL app, it's still frozen at 1-0 Wichita. However, according to the this is great 2024 technology. According to the chat of the Wichita broadcast that they have with their staff, they've got Aaron Aragon listed with a Utah goal with Dashke, and Tyson Upper gained the assist. I might have to text them and say this is literally how I'm following the game right now. So it looks like it's tied at 1 late in the second period. On the Wichita goal that Stinnell scored 7-10 in, looks like they've changed the assists. Unless they got a second one. Look like they changed the assists on the Stinnell goal to Kobe Walker, number 18, and number 25, Braden Hache. And so that's the Wichita goal description. As the Utah one, there's Aragon scoring with Dashke and Upper gained the assists. As it looked like a packed house over in Wichita, and I don't know, they're just with all the fans using their phones, looked like it was just a little bit too much. Anyway, back to the trivia question, as we believe it's a 1-1 game late in the second period. We talked about Aaron Dell. He got the start for Wichita last night. He got the win in net, stopping 26 of 28. Dell was a member of the 2013-2014 Grizzlies, and he was part of an outstanding goaltending tandem with Igor Bobkov. They had almost identical stats that year. Well, Aaron Dell went on to play 7 NHL seasons, most of them with the San Jose Sharks. He appeared in 130 NHL games. So the trivia question is, the Grizzlies have had quite a few goaltenders appear in NHL games. Obviously, last week, Trent Miner made his NHL debut. Last Friday, he played the last 2 periods against the Capitals. But which former Grizzly goaltender has appeared in the most NHL games? We'll give you some time to think about it. Maybe this time I'll remember to give you the answer, as they are still working on the issues. I don't think it's on my side. Apparently, across Flow Sports, people are having a tough time seeing this game. I wonder if anybody is, maybe they're tuned into the Wichita broadcast. But it's either internet issues in Wichita and really Flow Sports. They're just hanging out in Canada. The Flow Sports headquarters, wherever it is, they're really just the distributor. I mean, the production we usually watch is the production of Wichita. Apparently, internet is out in the Wichita arena. And I think we're tied at 1. So internet is out in their building, which took out the stream. I think it's a 1-1 game. Aragon scored later on in the second period, we think, if Jason Malls, the Wichita broadcaster, is correct. Jason Malls has confirmed it is a 1-1 game. Yes. Aragon scored for us, apparently, according to Jason Malls. And it looks like because internet is off, apparently the box score, the way people look at it, it looks like Jason Malls has just texted and said that Reed Lepster just got a tripping minor. There's 2:42 left in the second period. This is literally the worst nightmare. Wichita doesn't have any internet either. As Intrust Bank Arena, which is a beautiful barn, it's one of those that if an NHL team decided that they were going to show up in Wichita and start playing, the arena is good enough. The sight lines are pretty solid. You got the attendance you want. The concourse is outstanding. I was there the 2 years that I was lucky enough to travel before the pandemic. That Wichita arena is right downtown. It's a beautiful building. It's perfect for hockey. The ice kind of at times can be a little bit choppy and slushy, but it is a nice building. And, it's just one of those, I guess, when internet goes out, it doesn't matter how nice the building is. When internet's out, it's out, just the way it is. So late second period, Reed Lepster got a tripping minor, so Wichita goes on the power play. So the score is tied at 1 late in the second period. And I guess we'll come back and talk some hockey on the other side. But you know what we'll do? We'll finally remember to do this. We'll give you the answer to that trivia question. Which former Grizzly goaltender has appeared in the most NHL games? The answer is Mike Smith, who appeared in 670 NHL games from 2006 through 2022. Smith had an NHL career record of .299, .263, and .78. His NHL save percentage is .912. And doggone it, Wichita scored apparently. It's now 2-1, 2.70 goals against average. As Jason Malls just texted me and said the Thunder scored. I imagine it's a power play goal. And so I'll thank him for the message. But, you know, Smith played in 32 games with the Grizzlies, 11 of them in the 2002-03 season, and 21 games for the 2003-04 Grizzlies. As a member of Utah, Smith had a record of 13-18 with a .908 save percentage. Don Beaupre played in 666 NHL games in his career. He appeared in 4 games with the 96-97 Grizzlies, and he also had 7 games of experience with the 83-84 Salt Lake Golden Eagles. Tommy Salo appeared in 526 NHL games in his career. And Salo's one of those guys that when you think about goaltenders, he's the one you think of first because he led the Grizzlies to the Turner Cup back in 1996. And one other guy that had a cup of coffee in the IHL era was Ron Tugnut, who appeared in over 500 NHL games in his own right. And we are certainly rooting for Trent Miner. He's currently in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. If I remember right, he got a victory last night. And Gorgiev is back and healthy with Colorado, which does reset the goaltending situation with the Avalanche organization. And so for that, you know, it's one of those where hopefully at some point Trent Miner gets another shot up there because as we saw over the last 3 years, he is certainly worthy of it. And he is certainly deserving. And hopefully he'll get a good shot in the NHL. If not for Colorado, then maybe some other organization. Well, Wichita scored late in the second period. According to the text I got, the goal was scored by Jeremy Bushler. Bushler scored the goal, his 3rd of the season. And Peter Bates picked up his 12th assist of the campaign. And Nolan Burke gets his 4th assist. And so Wichita leads 2-1. I imagine the second period is over by now. And I guess we can come back and recap the first 40 minutes of play. As internet issues over in Wichita have forced us to not be able to describe the game as our video feed is frozen. And I think just about everybody that's watching on Flow Sports, I imagine theirs are frozen as well. So we'll come back and have second intermission coverage on the other side. And I'm going to go in the closet over there and cry for a little bit. I'll come back and talk some hockey on the other side. As it looks like after 2 periods, Wichita leads Utah 2-1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh forever.
Commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Well, we're through 2 periods, and if you're looking at the ECHL box score on the ECHL app, it would say it's a 1-0 game, but there's been apparently big-time internet issues over at Intrust Bank Arena. We can say that it's 2-1 Wichita after 2 periods. It was still a scoreless game when the screen froze halfway through the second period. Maybe it was less than halfway through. It was probably 6 or 7 minutes, and because we didn't see the Wichita goal that was scored by Mikkel Stenell, and I think that was 7-10 into the second period. Stenell picked up his 9th goal of the season, and with Tulsa not playing tonight, Tulsa being idle, I-D-L-E, that means that Stenell breaks a tie for the league lead in points with Brandon Hawkins. So Stenell has 21 points, Hawkins has 20. And he's been, Stenell had an outstanding year with 67 points in 65 games with Wichita last year. And it looks like he's off to a great start this season. So Wichita took a 1-0 lead after Stenell scored 7-10 in. Looks like they finally maybe gotten internet back. We're going to knock on wood on that one. They do have the Aragon goal posted on the box score as he scored 12:25 in with Dashke and Upper getting the assist. And I imagine if there are internet issues there, it looks like they're continuing as we're kind of sputtering back and forth with the screen. It's one of those where could have been the best play we ever saw. Maybe he pulled a Michigan goal. I mean, it's hard to really say what Aragon did on the goal, but he scored 12:25 in. He now has 2 goals in his last 3 games. Dashke and Upper with the assists, and so that means that Dashke now has 11 assists this season, which ties him with Cole Gallant for the club lead. Tyson Upper with an assist, and that's notable as that's his first pro point. And so Tyson Upper, I think he's going to be a good pro. He's done a lot of the little things away from the puck, and I think that as we see with a lot of rookies, once they settle in, guys like Upper, Armstrong, and Wood, we see it year in and year out. Those guys are just going to continue to get better and better each year, or as the season goes on, and they will continue to get better each year. Tyson Upper has 1 shot. He's got a +1 tonight, and he got an assist as well as Dashke, 12:25 into the second period on Aaron Aragon's second of the year. It looked like Wichita got a power play, as it appears that Reed Lepster got a tripping minor with 2:42 left in the second period, and the Thunder were able to capitalize, as it appears that Jeremy Bushler found the back of the net, with the assist going to Peter Bates and Nolan Burke. Now, we do know that that goal got scored. If the trip happened with about 2:42 left in the second period, we can't confirm that it was a power play goal, but they did score late in the second period, and they take a 2-1 lead after 2 periods. 2 other games in the league. The latter portion of the second period has Allen leading Tulsa 2-0, and Tulsa had a big shot advantage in the first period. It looks like Tulsa continues with that shot edge, 29-10. However, it's Allen that leads 2-0, as Easton Brodzinski scored 1:48 into the first period, and 19:03 into the first. It was Kyle Krenkovic getting his 5th of the year. So Allen, despite being outshot 29-10, they lead Tulsa 2-0. The Grizzlies will be at BOK Center. They'll take on the Oilers at 2 o'clock on Sunday. And, well, that should be an interesting one if we're able to see it. Tulsa right now is in first place in the Mountain Division with a 708 winning point percentage and 17 points. Tulsa is tied with Kansas City. Both teams have 17 points, but Kansas City has a record of 8-4, while Tulsa is 8-3-1. One other game in the league, late third period, Savannah leads Adirondack 5-2. This looks like internet is going off. Hopefully it will stay continuous. We'll be able to describe the third period, at least the best we can. Right now, Wichita leads Utah 2-1, but we've had all sorts of internet issues that mostly been taking place, I guess, over at Intrust Bank Arena. And that's kind of been the source of the problems. And we'll just see what happens here in the third period. We're just kind of rolling with the punches. In fact, we've had more punches here in the second period than Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had in their fight last Friday. We'll come back and go over some NHL scores and check in on those who are living the dream on the other side. We'll check in on that Boston and Utah game, which is now late in the third period. After 2 periods over at Intrust Bank Arena, it's Wichita 2 and Utah 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
After 2 periods over in Wichita, the Thunder lead the Grizzlies 2-1. Quite a few NHL games going on tonight, most of them in progress. Late third period. In fact, there's 2 minutes left in the third. Boston leads Utah 1-0, although it appears Utah is on a power play. Boston has outshot Utah 31-20. Elias Lindholm has the only goal in the game. He scored on a wrist shot, 12:41 on a power play in the second period. Brad Marchand and David Pasternak with the assists. So quite a few penalties. Robert Bortuzzo got in 2 fights tonight. He fought Mark Kastelik twice, once in the first period and once in the second. And Kastelik got a roughing minor, 12:55 in, and then Bortuzzo said, "Let's drop the gloves." So two guys fighting twice in one game. Bortuzzo for the Utah club and Kastelik for Boston. One in the first period and one in the second. That game's got 1:47 left in the third period, and Boston leads 1-0. It looks like the power play is now over for Utah. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, have a 2-1 lead late in the third period, 5:47 left. Pierre-Luc Dubois scored on a tip-in, 17:04 into the first period with Tom Wilson and Trevor Van Riemsdyk getting the assist. Colorado tied it up as Mikko Rantanen on a backhand shot scored 14-19 in with Jonathan Drouin getting the assist. And then Miles Wood on a tip-in. He scored 3:29 into the third period with Kel McCarr and Parker Kelly getting the assists. So Colorado has a late third period lead, 2-1, with 5 minutes left in the third period. Late third period, Vegas leads Ottawa 3-2 as that game has 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in the third. Other action going on right now. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left in the third period. Tampa and Columbus are in a barn burner. That game is tied at 6. Late second period, St. Louis leads San Jose 2-1. San Jose is the NHL affiliate of the Wichita Thunder. Early second period, Chicago leads Florida 1-0. Late first period, Calgary, and their 10-6-3 record, they lead the New York Rangers 1-0. That game with 5 minutes left in the first. Also late first period, Minnesota and Edmonton are tied at 1. 2 NHL finals, New Jersey defeats Carolina 4-2, and Detroit gets a 2-1 win over the New York Islanders. It looks like there's 1:38 going on over in Boston, and Boston still leads Utah 1-0. Looks like internet issues, unfortunately, have continued over at Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita. And hopefully we'll have a way to describe the second period as Building IT over in Intrust Bank Arena are looking into the issue. The issue is that's our way of describing the hockey game. Second of a 3-game set. Tomorrow night will be the third and final game of the series as Utah will take on Wichita. Grizzlies have had a lot of success against Wichita in years past. In fact, over the last 15 head-to-head meetings between the Grizzlies and Thunder, Utah has a record of 12-3. Utah in back-to-back years, 2022 and 2023, went 5-0 against Wichita both years. And last year, Utah won 2 out of 4 meetings against the Thunder. And Wichita won the regular season series opener last night. 5-2 is the final there. And today, neither team scored in the first period. Wichita got the first one as Mikael Stenell scored 7:10 in. And then the Grizzlies responded. Aaron Aragon scored 12:25 into the second with Dashke and Upper getting the assists. And then late in the second period, we do have the details now. It was a power play goal by Bushler. Jeremy Bushler, 18:54 in, with Peter Bates and Luke Granger, the rookie out of Western Michigan, getting the assists. Wichita has outshot Utah 22-19 as the Thunder outshot the Grizzlies 15-8 in the second period, and through 2 periods, Wichita has a 22-19 edge. So the Thunder are 1 for 1 on the power play, and the Grizzlies are 0 for 1. Well, unfortunately, screen's continuing to freeze. Looks like we're about set for third period action. And we're just going to hope the internet gods can cooperate with us, and in particular, cooperate with the folks over in Wichita. So it looks like it has been flickering on and off a couple times. What's that old saying about unplugging something and then plugging it back in? Maybe that will work. We'll see if we'll give that a try. As Wichita leads 2-1 heading into the third period, and we'll come back on the other side, and we'll see if we can find a way to muster up a little bit of a description if we can, as IT is working on the issue over at Intrust Bank Arena. You've been listening to the second intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Well, it appears that unplugging it and plugging it back in hasn't quite worked yet. Wichita leads 2-1 as they've had internet issues over at Intrust Bank Arena apparently the whole day, and it looks like we're now starting third period action, and we'll see if we get a good enough screen to describe what's happening. As the Thunder lead 3-2, and looks like we are 15 seconds into the third period. Action in the Thunder zone as the Grizzlies, the screen unfortunately is a little bit too choppy to really be able to describe anything. As Grizzlies have it in the attack zone to start the third period. Dashke's on the ice. Thunder come back the other way as we are 35 seconds into the third period. The Thunder have the puck in the right point. TJ Lloyd fires towards the net, and it's blocked away. Dashke in the area as he battles on the right wing. As now we're 50 seconds into the third period. Grizzlies will clear it out as Thunder race after it. We're a minute into the third period, as unfortunately the screen's a little bit too choppy to give a description on it. As the Thunder are skating 5-on-5. They'll move it out to center ice. Now the Thunder over the attack line looking for a centering pass, shot and a score. As it's now a 3-1 game. Boy, Thunder quick in the transition game, skated from left to right, had the puck in the left wing, centered it out in front, and it looks like the Thunder have taken a 3-1 lead. Screen was kind of going back and forth, really couldn't describe much of it, but it looks like the Thunder have scored their third goal as they pick up some early third period insurance. As the replay, it looks like seeing a frame, Joe Carroll gets the goal. He got an assist, or it looked like initially he was going to get a late second period assist, but they waved it off on the Stenell goal. Carroll was over on the near side, got a pass just towards Duplessis' left side, and he fired away. And that gave Wichita a 3-1 lead, which there's 18:47 left in the third period. So Carroll with the goal. Couldn't quite see who threw the pass. Looks like the goal scored by Carroll, the assist to Burke and Jay Dickman. So Dickman and Burke get the assist on the Joe Carroll goal. As Wichita leads 3-1. We're a minute and a half into the third period. As the Thunder get a little bit of insurance. And That's kind of big. You talk about, the momentum, and the Grizzlies have been a team that's pretty strong on getting momentum. The Grizzlies seem to be, a wise man once told me, the old saying, you get one, you get two. Which really stands true. I mean, the Grizzlies scored their 2 goals 2 minutes apart in the second period last night. And really, the Grizzlies are one of those teams. We saw it, and I keep going back to that game against Tahoe on home ice on November 9th, where the Grizzlies overcame a 4-3 deficit, and then Cameron Buell and Dylan Fitz took over. I mean, it used to be a 2-goal lead in hockey was the most dangerous one, especially with teams getting that momentum late in a hockey game. Well, it seems like a 3-goal lead seems to be pretty tough. It's one of those that it seems like now more than ever, and I'm not really sure why, because it's not like scoring's been necessarily up astronomically, in the modern game, in the modern day, as opposed to what we saw maybe like the 70s or 80s. But it does seem like momentum more than ever seems to carry a team, and when you get that momentum, you got to score as many times as possible. Grizzlies looked like they're in the middle portion of the second period, I'm guessing, got that momentum. It's just, Aragon scored the goal 12:25 into the second, but Wichita got a power play late in the second period. Looks like internet issues have continued over at Intrust Bank Arena. As we're early in the third period, the Thunder lead 3-1. Stinnell and Bushler scored second period goals, with Aragon scoring in between. And then early in the third, it was Joe Carroll getting the goal, which is his 4th of the year, with the assist going to number 86, Nolan Burke. Burke's got 2 assists tonight and 5 on the season. And Jay Dickman with an assist, which is his 6th of the year. You wonder if there's internet issues. I wonder if the coaches are able to get enough of a feed to where they can review the game, go back and watch tape the next day, or even later tonight if they want to. So Wichita leads 3-1, and internet issues have eliminated our possibility of watching the game. We had it for a little bit there. The screen was very choppy the first minute and a half of the third period, so we knew a goal got scored with the lights going on and off. And when they do go off, it's kind of black with a little bit of that Tampa Bay Lightning blue mixed in, although the jerseys Wichita are wearing tonight are kind of a navy blue, and it's a very sharp-looking jersey. So we're once again, it's almost like we're repeating ourselves. We're early in the third period. A Thunder lead 3-1 as Joe Carroll scored about a minute, and I think it was about a minute 30, minute 40 into the third period. And then we lost connection once again with the internet feed over in Wichita. But we'll come back and see if we'll have hockey to describe. Well, if you're over in Wichita describing the game, hey, go in the comments section on YouTube and see if you can kind of describe what's happening over there in the scene in Wichita. Maybe we'll have another Grizzlies trivia question to ask. We're early in the third. Thunder 3, Grizzlies 1. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh.
Welcome back. We're hanging out in the Grizz Cave right next to the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center, and massive internet issues over in Wichita at Intrust Bank Arena. taken away our video feed, which is what we're using to try to describe the game tonight. It was a scoreless game when the feed went out about 6 minutes into the second period. And right now, Wichita leads 3-1, as it appears that going on and off is the box score on the ECHL app. We're kind of hoping as a last resort we could at least update every few minutes on that. Right now, that's got it as a 2-1 game, although we do know, based on about the time the feed went out once again, that Wichita had scored a third goal, and that was Joe Carroll from out in front of the net as they were able to get a centering pass out in front to connect. And so that's where we stand now, as we're probably about 6 or 7 minutes into the third period. We're kind of constantly hitting the refresh button, hoping that eventually we will get something. But right now we're without the ability to watch the game. Second of a 3-game set. For Wichita, they are 7-7-1 this season. And Utah is 5-5-1. And it might end up being a losing battle between us and the internet tonight. We're hoping that we can get some texts. Maybe the box score will refresh, and we'll see if we can get at least some sort of update as to what's happening over in Wichita. As it appears whatever internet issues are affecting the off-ice officials and their ability to put stats in, which is how you follow the game on the ECHL app. Both teams are a 500 club this year. Wichita 7-7-1. They actually got off to a pretty good start over the first couple of weeks, and then they went winless in 6 straight with a record of 0-5-1 before winning last night. For the Grizzlies, they are 5-5-1. Derek Daschke's been a star for Utah, and he picked up a second period assist on the Aaron Aragon goal, which was 12:25 into the second period. Aragon got a second of the year. He now has 2 goals in his last 3 games. The Thunder, for the second straight night, have a slight shot advantage. It was 23-19 heading into the third period. For the Grizzlies, they had a big loss on Saturday. They won the game last Saturday in overtime to Allen, but it came with a little bit of a price as Brian Yoon got injured in the first period on Saturday, and he's going to be out a few weeks. Luckily, the Grizzlies do have a little bit of defensive depth, as Chase Hartshee has been in the lineup this week, and Kyle Powell, we haven't seen him in a regular season game yet, but he is a big 6'6" defenseman, 225 to 230 pounds. And I'm really looking forward to seeing when he enters, when he gets in a game for the first time. Grizzlies do have a little bit of forward depth, although it has been tested, as the Grizzlies were probably expecting their top forward line. Remember, Mark Sendon was with the club to start training camp, and I think 3 days into camp, he got called up to Colorado. He's playing well with the Eagles, and I'm not sure we're going to see Mark Sendon. So he's up in Colorado. Keaton Mastrodonato, who has scored 24 goals with Idaho last year. We were talking about him a lot during training camp and in the 2 preseason games. Mastrodonato got called up. He's been healthy scratched a couple times, but looks like he's staying in Colorado. And Neil Shea, if you're talking about a standout forward, Shea had a goal in each of Utah's first 5 games. He displayed outstanding speed, the ability to go from end to end. Neil Shea was really an outstanding performer for the Grizzlies and somebody that was worth the price of admission. We got called up 5 games into the season to Colorado, and last I checked, he's actually having a decent amount of success with Colorado. And so who knows if we'll ever see Neil Shea again. Well, that kind of hurts, especially if you lose those guys to Colorado and you don't replace them with anybody. We do know that Mick Messner's off to a good start this season. He's kind of taken over in terms of the high-volume shooting forward that Mick Messner was able to, that Mick Messner's kind of turned into. He's kind of taken on that role of what Neil Shea brought to the club. The last few games, Messner's been lined up with Cole Gallant and Briley Wood. I thought the forward line, in the portion of tonight's game that we were able to see, I thought Craig Armstrong and the line with Luke Manning and Reed Lebster did some things. Armstrong's one of those guys, he really battles, especially along the boards. And even though he might not be all that big, listed about 5'8", Armstrong's going to give a good battle. And I imagine, as we talked about earlier with all the first-year pros, Armstrong, Briley Wood, Kabori Dunn, Tyson Upper, a few of the other first-year pros, Chase Hartge, they're just going to continue to get better and better. I really like the addition of getting Adam Berg back. He's just a guy that he explodes. He's got pretty good quickness and speed. He's able to make things happen. He scored in his first shift in his first game back. I believe that was last Friday in Allen, and Berg's been a pretty nice addition. And when you pair him up with Cade Nilsson and Cameron Buell, when that three-man unit's able to utilize their speed, boy, they can be quite a lethal trio. I guess now we're going to try to check the Wichita Thunder social media account and see if they've got an update on what's happening over in Wichita, as this is literally the worst nightmare. I am not going to be sleeping all that well tonight, knowing that there's just no way to know that we're going to have internet issues. And it looks like the internet issues are coming from Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita. And it almost looks like Flow Sports has pulled the plug on this broadcast. And so it looks like we're not going to get a description here through 3 periods. So it looks like IT is still working on it. And I'm not sure that we are going to get any sort of feed to describe for the rest of the night. So we will check Wichita's social media feed to see if they've got enough internet to where they're able to give any sort of update on what's happened tonight. And, it's one of those things. It is what it is. Not like we can really do anything about what the internet's looked like over in Wichita. It's just, it's kind of frustrating, especially for me, because this is not exactly a fun hobby. I'm trying to make a living, and, it's just tough. There's no way to describe the game. The last time Wichita sent a post was on the Joe Carroll goal that was scored a minute and 13 seconds into the third period. It was just nice play by Wichita. It looked like Jay Dickman got himself around a Grizzly defenseman that looked like it was Fairbrother, got it out in front to Joe Carroll. The pass connected, and Carroll found the back of the net. So that's early in the third period. I imagine by now we haven't been getting any updates on the ECHL box score. It looks like we're probably about halfway through the third period. We'll come back and see if we can find a way to watch the rest of this game. Right now, we believe Wichita leads 3-1 about halfway through the third period. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
So it appears we might have some sort of way to watch some of this game. Looks like we're kind of a last resort. We're going to, I believe, Google Meet, maybe. I think we are going to see if we can find a way to describe the game. It looks like it's still 3-1 Wichita with a little bit less than 8 minutes left in the third period. It looks like massive internet issues have just forced us to not be able to watch the game. The last we saw was early in the second period. And that's about it, as the screen has kind of gone off and on. There are 7 minutes and 29 seconds left in the third period, according to Jason Malls, the Wichita broadcaster. As I'm asking if it's still a 3-1 Wichita lead, and it is. You get a team like Wichita. I mean, the 2020-21 season, Bruce Ramsey, that was the year where only 14 of the 28 teams played, but Wichita ended up being the surprise team of the league. They were outstanding. They had a great defensive unit. Their team save percentage was about .930, and the Thunder were outstanding. They were one of the best teams in the Western Conference. And really what they did was they just had a lot of defensemen that were just relentless out in front of their own net. You were not getting any rebounds against that Wichita team. That was one of those pretty good Wichita teams, and unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to replicate that year. This year, though, they're off to a pretty good start. Before this tough stretch where they lost 6 in a row, they went 0-5-1 over the last 6 games. Won yesterday, 5-2, and it looks like late in the third period, Wichita leads 3-1, as there's about 7.5 minutes left in regulation. 7:29 says Jason Malls, but that was about a minute ago. So I think we're just kind of hoping that that Utah finds a way. It looked like just about the time where I was thinking I was going to get a feed. It looks like that feed's now frozen again. This is not which one's. I always get Murphy's Law and Newton's Law confused. One of them is gravity. Gravity's not an issue tonight. But one of them is, what can go wrong will go wrong. And that's about what we got here tonight. As we're just hanging out at the Grizz Cave, 5th of a 7-game road trip. I guess it's an opportunity to talk about the upcoming homestand that we got next week at Maverick Center. 3 games against Indy, 3 against Kansas City. There's a lot of great promotions. We had talked about that pickleball night. I'm really looking forward to. That's going to be on Saturday, November 30th. And if you go to UtahGrizzlies.com, I'd say get that ticket offer. With the pickleball paddle, it comes with a ticket to the game. I hear regular pickleball paddles are pretty expensive. You can get one for I heard somebody had to pay like $100 for one. I think the paddle's probably about $40 or $50. It's got a nice Grizzlies logo on it. It's a pretty sharp look with the black and professional green. Make sure to go to UtahGrizzlies.com and take advantage of that. That's the last of the 3-game series. That's Saturday, November 30th against the Indy Fuel. Tickets are just $12 for the Grizzlies Black Friday game against the Indy Fuel. That's on Friday, November 29th. That is 8 days from now. And so that'll be a ton of fun. Next Grizzlies home game is going to be next Wednesday, November 27th, the day before Thanksgiving, as the Grizzlies take on the Indy Fuel. And then the Kansas City Mavericks will be in town. Tad O'Had's crew for a 3-game set. Wednesday, December 4th, will be a 7 o'clock start. 7:10 is when they'll drop the puck. And then December 6th and 7th is Healthcare Appreciation Weekend presented by U of U Health. And that's going to be a big one as we thank those. They're in the healthcare department. And U of U Health has been a great partner of Grizzlies hockey this season. It looks like, it looks like now there's enough internet, I guess, to where the ECHL app is updated and picked up Wichita's early third period goal. I think there's about 6 minutes left. That's about in terms of 5:40 looks like is left in the third period. And Thunder still lead 3-1. Wichita's 1 for 1 on the power play. Utah's 0 for 1, but it's been amazing how the Grizzlies have done a good job of staying out of the penalty box all season long, as they've got the least amount of penalty minutes in the league by a wide margin. The Healthcare Appreciation Weekend is going to be on December 6th and 7th against Kansas City. Then the Grizzlies will be on the road for the first time ever in Tahoe as they take on the Tahoe Night Monsters. Now, we're going to have to find a way to get out there. Because heaven forbid something like this happens again when we play Tahoe. I mean, you're talking about a historic occasion. Grizzlies will be in Tahoe for the first time ever for a 3-game set, December 12th, 14th, and 15th. So it appears that Wichita had a power play, but the Grizzlies killed it off as there's 5 minutes left in the third period, according to Jason Walls, who's multitasking. I can never multitask. I can't even type and talk at the same time. So props to him. I tried typing. I have to keep my mouth shut. So Tahoe will be entertaining the Grizzlies December 12th, 14th, and 15th. That's the only time this season the Grizzlies will be in Tahoe. See, once again, it's like I try to type and I can't talk. Grizzlies will be home the final week before the Christmas break, as Tahoe will be in town. That Utah does have 6 straight games against Tahoe, 3 in Tahoe, December 12th, 14th, and 15th, and then the Grizzlies will host Tahoe for a 3-game set, December 18th, 20th, and 21st. Make a note that the last game before the Christmas break will be on December 21st. That is the Teddy Bear Toss and Ugly Sweater Night. The Grizzlies the last 2 years have worn ugly sweaters right before the Christmas break, and Utah has played outstanding in each of those 2 games. Ryan Kanasowicz and the assistant coach last year, it was Christian Horn, each had an ugly sweater, and it was epic. Grizzlies played well that night and were able to come away with a victory. Can Utah win 3 in a row in ugly sweater nights? That's going to be December 21st against Tahoe. That's going to be the 6th straight game between the clubs. Who knows? By then, things might get a little bit heated. December 21st is also the Teddy Bear Toss night. And I think over the years, the Grizzlies, if you're talking about something that's really been great, is we've seen kind of the rise in popularity of the Teddy Bear Toss over the last few years. Looks like there's 3 minutes left in the third period, and Duplessis has been pulled for the extra attacker. I'd like to say Vinny's played okay tonight. Obviously allowed the 3 goals. We do know that third period goal that I got sort of a glimpse of was right out in front of the net. That's one of those where Wichita made a pretty good play, getting the puck out in front. I think from the part I saw, Duplessis looked like he was playing pretty well. Adam Shields the backup tonight, and it's possible we may see a rematch of yesterday's goaltending matchup between Adam Shield for the Grizzlies and Aaron Dell, the former NHLer and former Grizzly. The Teddy Bear Toss night, we mentioned, last year the Grizzlies broke a team record with 3,647 teddy bears and stuffed animals that were thrown on the ice after Utah's first goal. If I remember right, the Grizzlies got a big victory against Allen last season. So I think we want to eclipse that mark. Let's start rallying everybody together. Let's get the teddy bear stuffed animals together. And on December 21st, let's see if we can make it an epic Teddy Bear Toss and ugly sweater night. I want to see the Grizzlies break that record. 3,647 teddy bears last season. I think Grizz Nation can find a way to eclipse that. Later on in the season, as we really looks like we're late in regulation, seems like a wing and a prayer right now as there's 3 minutes left. Duplessis is pulled for the extra attacker, and Wichita leads 3-1 as we're not really sure. Obviously, we're not really sure what's happening in Wichita. And it looks like the ECHL app isn't doing a great job of keeping us updated. It does look like it's still 3-1. There's 2.5 minutes left. Wichita has outshot Utah 10-4 in the third period. So for the game, the Thunder have 32 shots to the Grizzlies 23. It looks like we got as much of an updated box score as we can get. So we can say that nobody scored in the first period. Utah outshot the Thunder 11-7. The first goal of the game was scored by Mikael Stenell, which isn't all that surprising. He gets his 9th of the year, and with that, Stenell Picked up his 21st point of the season, which gives him the league lead. Kobe Walker and Braden Hache got the assists. Grizzlies got on the board 12-25 in as Aaron Aragon got his second of the year. He's got 2 goals in his last 3 games. Dashke and Upper with the assists. Jeremy Bushler scored on a power play, as looks like Reed Lepster got a tripping minor with a little bit less than 3 minutes left in the second period. Bushler scored on the power play. It's his 3rd of the year. Peter Bates and Nolan Burke with the assist. I'm not sure that Nolan Burke is related to former Grizzly forward Nathan Burke. It looks like there's no chance of us getting a video feed tonight, unfortunately. It looks like we're just so late in regulation that we're probably just going to start the post-game show. I just keep losing. Bushler scored the power play goal, 18:54 into the second. Thunder led 2-1 after 2 periods. And then a minute 13 into the third, it was Joe Carroll getting his 4th of the year, with Burke and Dickman getting the assist. And I just got a text that said that Wichita scored. It looks like on an empty net, and it's Jay Dickman getting the goal, with the assist going to Joe Carroll, who appears to have played an outstanding game, and Nolan Neen. Neen, who looked like he was pretty active with Wichita, one of their top line defensemen. And really for Wichita, they've had a lot of success with their top defensive pairing over the last handful of games in Braden Hache and Nolan Neen. So it's now Wichita 4, Utah 1, as looks like we're very late in regulation. And the game, if it hasn't gone final, looks like it's pretty close to it. So it looks like the Thunder are going to get the victory. This baby's in the refrigerator. And really for the Grizzlies, it's just kind of, offensively, things have been working pretty well the first 10 games of the season, but they just haven't quite connected against Wichita. Connected is the key word tonight. So it looks like it's 4-1. Not sure if it's gone final yet, but it looks like we are very late in regulation. The empty net goal was scored by Jay Dickman, 18:33 in, with Joe Carroll and Nolan Neen getting the assists. So it looks like we might as well just start the post-game show here, as this game has just about gone final. There's a minute and a half left in regulation. It looks like right now, according to now it looks like the game has gone final, according to the ECHL app. The final score from Intrust Bank Arena, it's the Wichita Thunder 4 and the Utah Grizzlies 1. As Wichita has won each of the first 2 games of this series, and the Thunder have outscored the Grizzlies 9-3 through 2 games. Well, we do apologize, even though I don't know there was anything we could do. It looked like there was massive internet issues in Wichita. Neither team scored in the first period. Utah did outshoot Wichita 11-7. The Grizzlies, over the first 5 minutes, got good scoring chances from Craig Armstrong, Tyson Upper, Cameron Buell, all of them coming from the left wing. Adam Burke had a pretty good look as well. Trevor Gorsuch appeared to have played a good game as he gets the victory, stopping 22 of 23. So Utah had their first period chances, but they were left off the score sheet and no score after 1 period. The Grizzlies did have 1 penalty kill, or they had 1 power play late in the first period as Ryan Finnegan got a hooking minor. Grizzlies were very patient with their power play approach. They were able to keep the puck in the offensive zone for quite a while, but they just couldn't find the back of the net. It seemed like Gallant, Messner, and Dashke had the puck quite a bit during Utah's power play. Wichita got on the board. We had lost connection about a minute before Mikael Stenell scored 7-10 in, with Kobe Walker and Braden Hache getting the assist. And then Aragon scored about 5 minutes later, 12:25 in. He gets his second of the year, with Dashke and Upper getting the assist. For Tyson Upper, that's his first pro point. Wichita got a power play late in the second period on a Reed Lepster trip. Jeremy Bushler scored 18:54 in. Bates and Burke get the assists. Thunder led 2-1 after 2 periods. 1:13 into the third. I believe it was Jay Dickman centering out to Joe Carroll. Pass connected in front of the net. Carroll fired it, I believe, glove side past Duplessis. That made it 3-1. And then on an empty net, 18:33, and it was Jay Dickman getting his 9th goal of the season. Dickman ended the night with 1 goal and 1 assist. He also had 1 shot, but it found the back of the net. And Carroll and Neen picked up the assist. So Carroll and Dickman each had 1 goal and 1 assist. Nolan Burke had 2 assists. And the Thunder also got goals from Jeremy Bushler and Mikael Stenell. The Thunder outshot the Grizzlies 33-23. Vinny Duplessis had a decent game in net. He saved 29 of 32. He gets the loss. His record goes to 0-1. Cameron Buell led Utah with 4 shots. Dylan Fitz and Luke Manning each had 3 shots. Then 2 shots each for Armstrong, Messner, Aragon, Webster. Adam Berg also had 2 shots, and then 1 shot each for Dashke, Upper, and Kabori Dunn. That was another fast game. Last night was 2 hours and 7 minutes. Tonight, 2 hours and 6 minutes. It felt like the longest 2-hour and 6-minute game I have ever seen. This has been a tough one, as there's just no way. We just lost connection. Our video feed about 6 minutes into the second period, and we never got it back. Massive internet issues in Wichita. It didn't allow us to watch the rest of the game, so we were just kind of ad-libbing about for about the last hour and a half or so. But 2 hours and 6 minutes, that's a pretty quick game. So the first 2 games have been pretty quick. 2 hours and 7 minutes yesterday and 2 hours and 6 minutes today. Well, everybody that's in attendance are probably lucky because they got to see the game. Attendance was 1,747 over at Intrust Bank Arena. 3 stars of the game. Joe Carroll is the number 3 star. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. The number 2 star is Trevor Gorsuch. He gets the victory. Gorsuch played in 6 games with the Grizzlies during the 2020-21 season. He saved 22 of 23. And they gave the number 1 star to Nolan Burke, who had 2 assists. He was a +1 and had 2 shots. Nolan Burke is the number 1 star of the game. Well, join us tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be able to describe the last of the 3-game series between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. Coverage begins at 5:50. Face-off at about 6:05 in the Mountain Time Zone, as Grizzlies look to salvage the 3rd game of the series. Wichita gets the victory tonight, 4-1, as their record goes to 8-7-1 this season. The Grizzlies get the loss to fall to 5-6-1. Utah is now 3-4-1 away from the friendly confines at Maverick Center. Wichita has been a pretty good home club this year. They are 6-3-1 at home this season. Well, come back tomorrow and hopefully have a game to describe. At least it went pretty quickly. 2 hours and 6 minutes was the time of game, and the attendance was 1,747. Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast and not necessarily the final outcome, as this is one I'll never forget. I'm just trying to live my dream. Really, I'm just here trying to do something I love. And hopefully someday I'll reach my goal. And right now my goal is to try to get to the National Hockey League. And, a night like tonight kind of reminds me that there's a reality there before you get there. That's one of those things that, I'll spend the rest of the night dreaming and kind of hoping that someday my dream comes true. Well, anybody that's stuck with us throughout the rest of this game, I got to give you something. I'm not sure what. If you did watch this entire broadcast, I guess the only way to tune in is on the YouTube feed. Hey, stop by Section 114 before a Grizzlies game. I'll see if I can find a way to get you something. You deserve a prize for sticking with us throughout this entire broadcast. I guess before we go, we can go over some NHL scores of local note. Boston defeated Utah 1-0. As the Bruins, in their first game with Joe Sacco as their interim head coach, their record goes to 9-9-3 this season. Utah falls to 7-9-3, and despite the loss, Vejmelka, Veggie, had a pretty good game for Utah. He stopped 30 of 31. And Korpisalo got the 21-save shutout for the Bruins. Boston defeats Utah 1-0. The Wichita Thunder's NHL affiliate, the San Jose Sharks, they are in St. Louis tonight. 7 minutes left in the third period. St. Louis leads San Jose 2-1. Grizzlies NHL affiliate got a win. Colorado holds on for a 2-1 victory over the Washington Capitals. We'll come back tomorrow evening, 5:50 pregame show, 6:05 face-off, as Utah looks to return to the 500 mark on the season, as they ended up losing 4-1 to Wichita. Grizzlies record falls to 5-6-1 on the season. Well, thanks for joining us, as we were hoping to have 3 periods of hockey to describe, but instead we had something else. We'll see if we can find a way to be with you tomorrow night, as the Grizzlies will take on the Thunder, and then both teams, the Grizzlies will be off Saturday. Thunder will be off as well. Grizzlies will then head to Tulsa's BOK Center for a Sunday afternoon showdown at 2 o'clock. Next Grizzlies home game will be next Wednesday, 6 days from now, as the Grizzlies start a 3-game series against the Indy Fuel. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.